some of the kit I've bought to have a go. As you can see, brake discs, brake pads, brake discs, copper grease, some brake cleaner, 36mm socket, 50mm Torx. Let's do some unboxing, see what they look like. Start with these big boys first. God, they're heavy. Ooh. That's handy. Got some instructions. Probably need those. Oh, these are beasties. Now, my van's rear wheel drive, so these are for I suppose it makes any difference whether you've got a front wheel drive or rear wheel drive van. You just put these big boys on the wheel or on the axle rather, it's driving the van. God, they weigh a ton. There we go. Nice and shiny. Presumably the big box of brake pads goes with the big box of brake discs. So in here we got 4 pads. Nice and chunky. More instructions at the bottom. Some new bolts, bit of Loctite on the end. Oh, a wire. Electrical wire, some sort of adapter presumably for the end. That's those. I'm assuming them, just assuming they go with these big ones, but we'll find out. Hopefully everything's the right one, because once I start I won't be driving the van. Right, let's go on to the smaller box. Oh. Yeah, so these are much smaller. So let's assume, although you should never assume because it makes an arse out of you and me, haha, boomch, that these are for the non-driving axle. I assume a smaller box. The brake pads, or they're tiny in comparison. Show you. So we've got those for the smaller discs, and those for the bigger discs. Hopefully I've been given all the right equipment. And this one actually has a wire already connected at the smaller box. It's already got a sensor already connected to the pads. And again, there's some more bolts and instructions in the bottom. That's quite good. Quite pleased. Pleased with the price again. I'll show you a receipt again at the end when I finish. Also got 2 cans of this. Brake cleaner, clutch cleaner. Tin of copper grease for greasing the parts that need to be greased. 36mm socket. The hub nut, T50 Torx for the star bolts, or Torx bolts. Obviously I've got an array of tools that I haven't used yet, but the tools that I'll use on the way I'll show you. Hopefully I haven't got to go out and buy anything special. Oh, just one final thing, the most essential tool on the whole job: coffee. Yum 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 yum. Just crack them off. There's a split pin here. Right, split pin. Nut. Just pulls off. We need the 36mm to get that off. Well, I reckon that's going to be super tight. Oh. Failed at second hurdle. Damn. Oh well, not such a good start. Well, that's the first muck up of the day. The socket I got isn't deep enough, so I've now got to go and buy a 36mm deep socket, or extra deep socket. So, fingers crossed, here we are. Right, as you can see, the wheel's off. So because now I've got to wait for my my new bits to come through the post, I'm just going to carry on with what I can do. So I'm going to take this off, give it a clean, this off, remove the pads, dangle it up there, and loosen these off, crack these off if I can. Not sure if I can with the wheel off, but we'll have a go. So bear with. I'm going to use a bar to stop this from rotating while I try and crack these off. Fingers crossed. Let's turn the hub around. Right, I've loosened the hub nuts off. I'm now going to take the caliper off using this one, and the caliper carrier. Loosen this one, and this one. Just clean it all up and see how far I can go. Start with this bottom one first. Oh Jesus, that's tight. Oh, where's everything so tight? Blimey. Bear with. Right, this is a new socket set I've bought to do this job. It's quite good, but being the fool I am, I couldn't get this off to change the size. So I've been pulling and pulling with pliers and grips, and then I realised, hold on, press the button, ta-da! So I probably nearly wrecked a new tool set I just bought. But anyway, moving on. Bottom one first. So that was easy. Now that's moving. So I need something to grab hold of this. This here is spinning. So I need something to grab hold of that. I'm just going to get some grips. So we're not using grips, we're using a 21mm spanner to hold that. Alright, take this off. That should be loose. Do my hand. There it is. There we go. So just put that down there, right? So that's really, really tight. So let's loosen the top one off. Then hopefully, just going to pull this out of the way. Theory. Right, we don't want to stretch. Hold on. Don't want to stretch that pipe there. So, just going to find somewhere to hang it up with that bit of wire around. So I'll stick that through the hole, and then I'll stick that in there. So I've got that bolt out. Loosen this one, and then this caliper carrier just comes straight off. There we go. Quite big chunky bolt. There's a caliper carrier. So if I've got new ones of these, I'll replace them. If I haven't, then I'll just clean these up. Clean the sliders up a little bit. So put a bit of copper grease on those. And just dip it in the pot. Copper grease. Just slide it down. A bit more. Don't want to go too mad here. How much? And then relocate it. That's it. And make sure that rubber seal comes back up over the slider. So that should move up and down quite freely now. I'm happy with that. It's better than it was. See, look, that one springs out on its own. That one does a little bit. that's that. The other thing I'm going to do is a bit of copper grease in these. So the way to do that is from the outside to the in, from the outside to the in, then don't get any build up of grease on the inside. From the outside to the in, from the outside to the in. Okay. I'm going to wipe the glove off so I don't get copper grease everywhere. Right, next, let's clip these clips back in. I've cleaned them up as best I can. And what I noticed is these lugs on the clips need obviously to be facing outwards, so not in towards the pads on the carriers. So we'll have a go. That's one. Two. I just realised you have to make sure that clipping in sound. The last one, lug facing outwards on the carrier. Put it over this metal bar first. Like so. So there we go. There's a lug. There's a lug. And a lug. Top. And that on the top, all facing outwards. That's as far as I can go with that. There's the discs. Grey bar. Ridge. So these have got to come off tomorrow. This has got to come off tomorrow when my bit turns up. And then all this will come off. Well, at least that's the theory. Then all the new goes back on. So that's all I can do for today. So I'll see you tomorrow. New parts have just turned up, so I've got my new socket. I'm going to try and undo the hub nut. That's better. That's better. That's easy. One nut. So now we're going to take the centre bit out. This is in the way slightly, so just push that. Put it out from the back. That's that bit. Obviously we're going to reuse that. That's your ABS. What to do with your ABS? One washer. Next I'm going to take the Torx out. You have to spin the disc to locate the Torx, and I've banged it in with a hammer so they're a good fit. So let's give this a go. There's one. I'll take it right out. If you look in there, well, this is my Torx bit, by the way, T50. It's quite a big one. Ordered this one off of Amazon because the one I purchased from Halfords wasn't long enough. I'll just try and show you. So if I spin it, see that bolt? Oh, can't quite get it in. Up the top here, just nail it, turn it. That's the one we're taking out. That's all the Torx out. Next, I'm going to remove these. So that's a 13mm going in my socket set. I've cracked them off, so fingers crossed, this should be quite easy. That's the bolt that come out. I think there's a new set of these in with the discs. I think that's what the bolts are, but we'll find out. Happy days. So before we go, they come out really easy. Next, the whole assembly should come off, I think. And things are disconnected, so I'm going to use a mechanic specialist tool, hammer, to tap the back of the disc. Hopefully release the whole hub off. I'm not going to go mad because there is another method, but I'll give this one a go first. There's sensors and cables around here as well, so you need to be careful what you're going to hit. So just have a look before you start. few more knocks, I think it should be off. Nope, still haven't got it. There we go. Right, there's a hub. It's already got copper grease on it, or a bit on there, but we've cleaned that up. Put a bit more copper grease on there. Makes it nice and easy to come off like that one was. And what we're left with is this. It's basically to separate the disc from the hub assembly. Got a small lump of wood to rest this on, and I'm just going to hit the disc down. There we go. Let's lift it up, see what we got. So that's the bit we're saving. I'll clean that up with a wire brush. Go through that way. This is a bit we've been in. Some bright shiny ones. Don't know if you can see the lips on here now, can you? When it's warm. Anyway, just pause you there. Quick clean. Brush the inside of that. Give it a squeeze. There we go. That's pretty clean. Give it a clean. A bit more brake cleaner. And there we are. Put some around here. Spin it. Not loads. He says. Don't go mad. Just enough. Get it even going. And this bit here. Just makes it easier for the next guy who's got to get it off. And here. That'll do. Right, so on the hub, these holes here, looking straight down, lining them up with the Torx holes. Well, I don't think that's the Torx hole, I think that's the other hole. No, that is the Torx hole. Got it right. So yeah. Look straight down that hole, line out with that hole. So when we put it all back onto there, it all marries up. So basically, this pops into here, like so. So, line the holes up with the appropriate holes. I'm just going to a little bit of a disaster on the near side brakes. I thought I was recording what I'd done and I hadn't, I lost it, so I'm on the offside side now. And although the other side went very well, this side is going hideously wrong. So I tried hammering the hub and the disc off, and as you can see the disc is just falling apart because the hub's seized. So I've got some bolts, so I'm hoping to put the bolts in and push the hub off. At least that's the plan. So the plan is one of these M10 4-inch bolts to go through the hub, through the disc, and push on the hub the other side. At least that's the plan. Tighten them up, see what happens. Are you kidding me? No way. I mean, come on. Really? That's just a few turns. I don't know if you can see that. This is an M10 bolt. Right, plan number 2. got 3 bolts in there, so we'll have a go with 3. So these ones here, these ones are bought M10s, 4-inch stainless steel, goes straight through the hub, straight through the disc, and on part of the arm at the back. So hopefully by tightening these up slowly, it should, in theory, or at least that's what I'm hoping. This one's absolute tosh. That just leaves me these 2. Okay, that one's no pointless. Okay guys, having a bit of a nightmare. I had to stop filming yesterday again because of the weather, but let me show you what's happened and the problems I've been having. So, the disc and the hub are kind of fused at the back. Couldn't separate it like I did on the other side. Presumably it hasn't been off since it's been made. So the normal hammer method didn't work. Let me show you the problem. You can see here on the disc, using a hammer was just breaking the disc. It was on so severe. So got an idea off of YouTube of using bolts. So I bought these bolts from a well-known DIY store. 4.8. Can you see that? And look at that. They just bent. So that didn't work. So then I tried using these bolts through the back to push it off. And what happened? The bolt sheared off. So I've now got a bolt stuck in there. So I went and got some more bolts. See these ones? 8.8. A lot stronger than they look. Let's see if we can get a picture of down behind there. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's cracked it. So we're on our way. Guys, let's see if we can get a view of it cracking. Perfect. Here we go. Come on, baby. That one needs to move along a bit. See, this ain't easy. Come on, baby. Yes. It's opening. See how that's bending? That's mental. Okay, let's go a bit more with this one then. Breaking the joint. Come on, this way a bit more. See that now? Yes. Guys, to get it this far, it's been driving me nuts. It's getting to the stage where I might have had to call someone in, but persistence is key. I'll just put you on pause a minute while I change the bolts again. Okay, so what I'm doing now, you can see the gap is really beginning to open up now. So I'll tighten the bolt, then loosen it off. So I can reposition this one at the bottom to an area that's flat. As you can see, it's working better. Okay, so loosen that one off. So I can reposition one at the top to there. Tighten that one up. I reckon that might actually knock out now. Right guys, I'm going to tap it with a hammer now and see what happens. So come round this side. Okay, fingers crossed. Yeah, she's moving. And now, just to be tappy. There we go, she's gone. There's cheap and nasty weak bolts I tried to do going back through this way. And the head sheared off on this side. So I've now got this stuck in here, which I've now got to get out. I also decided to take a disc cutter to it because I was getting pretty desperate. But then it occurred to me that the original bolts I was using was an absolute load of rubbish. So I decided to get some stronger bolts. Hey presto, we're on to a winner. And I'll tell you, I've been smacking this with a sledgehammer, with a claw hammer, with an electric Kango hammer, and it still didn't get it off. And the only way to get it off, for me, you must have a bolt that is at least 8.8. And the numbers on the top are to do with the strength of the bolt, so the higher the number the better, and at least 100mm long, at least. So that's done the job, but you've got to be patient. The other side fell off, but that's where I had the wheel bearing done, and they put copper grease on it. So this is going to have copper grease on this side. As you can see, there's nothing, it's just rust. And it's that rust where the aluminium and the steel meet, or the two different metals meet, and it corrodes. They don't like each other, so they corrode. They kind of seize themselves on, if you will. So yeah, if you're going to do this at home, be prepared. Right, put me on pause again. Well, the nuts are out, hub nuts out, torque screws are out. So I'm just left with the disc and the wheel bearing. See, that's what was on. So now I'm just going to tap the disc off. I can pretty much guarantee it's going to fall off. There we go. So we just lift it out there. This is the bit we're keeping. This is the bit we're binning. As you can see, I've had fun getting that off. Oh my god. I mean, what the fuck? Since I've started this, it's been non-stop rain, and I've nearly destroyed the driver's size brake and hub. But this is okay. Needs cleaning up. Copper grease around here. Take it over here. I'm now left with the excitement of trying to get this out, clean this up, copper grease away in there. So the next time I do it, well, the next person who comes along and has a go isn't struggling as much as I've done on this side. So I'll have a go getting this out. Okay, this job's going from bad to worse. The bolt is stuck fast. So now I'm going to try and heat it up. This is turning into an epic journey. The bolt that snapped off is now snapped off this end, so now I'm drilling it out. Oh joys. Left my drill bit snapped off in there. This job couldn't have gone much worse, to be honest. So here's the bolt trying to extract that broke off. I've now got one of these bits. Oh, it's not focusing. Ah, there we go. Let's see if we can get it out. Copper grease that. Put on the hub. I've cleaned this up. New disc. Hub. Now you want to line the holes up with the holes inside. So the best way to do that, I found, is just lift it one up into your lap. Seat it correctly. Put it in. Put these in. Start them all off so they're in the right place. Now we're going to put some copper grease around here. Right here. There. So we've got copper grease around there. Copper grease around there. torque them up now to the correct torque setting. I don't think you could write this. I had to re-tap one of the threads. I'm putting all the new stuff back on. One of the hub nuts is sheared off in the disc now, down here. So I'm trying to get it out. It's coming, but I think I'm going to blow my drill up. You couldn't write this. Sheared off. No. Dude. Drill smoking there. Jesus. This side has been an absolute nightmare. I've had the Kango drill on it. I've had this on it. I've had this on it. I've had 2 sheared bolts. They're just torquing everything up to spec on here. And this one shears off. Jesus. Nearly there. There we go. One more sheared bolt. Brilliant. The new disc is on. So we're going to put this back. Part of the ABS. So I'm going to spray it brake cleaner first. Clean it off. Not loads. Right, this just pushes through the back. Up. And it should be as easy as just pushing it in with your finger. It lines up. This sensor here. Here, which I've taken that and cleaned off. Okay, washer goes back on first. And a wipe, then the hub nut. Use my bar again, stop it spinning. Torque wrench. But that's about enough in a minute. So here's my caliper carrier. And what I've done, so I've reused these clips. So I've cleaned them up, put some copper grease in there. Okay. I've also serviced the sliders. So they slide in and out. So this goes back on. You can't get this round the wrong way because the slider's got to face inwards. So they go inwards like that, not like that. And then the big bolt. I've got it. I think they're 21mm, if I remember rightly. Okay, let's torque them up to the right amount. So there you are, torqued up to 132 foot-pounds. 132. I'm going to have to turn the hub again. $132. What's that one? That's that one. He'd be tight. Should still be spinning. Look at that. Happy days. Caliper next. This goes on over the top into the sliders. So we'll hold that, stop that spinning. Kidding me. I'll leave that like that for a minute. And that
lift up. And now discs are sliding in here into those clips. First off, a bit of copper grease on that bit and the top bit. Don't get any on the pad. And then you come in at a 45-degree angle, like so, like that, and then just do it like that. And obviously make sure you got the pad around the right way. See that? And also on the back of the pad, put a circle of grease there, a circle of grease there, where the caliper pistons hit it. Move on to the front one. Grease at the top. It's just to stop brake noise when you put the brakes on. Maybe. So, in at 45, and then like that. And that's it. Right. This one, dab of grease at the top, dab of grease in the middle, and dab of grease at the bottom. These pistons up here on the caliper, you can either wind back with the old ones when you're taking them off using a G-clamp, or because I was replacing the disc as well, I just used a crowbar and forced them back. But you've got to loosen the lid on your brake fluid. And if the reservoir is too full, siphon some out, otherwise you'll end up with it all over your engine. So now we've got to try and get this on. It shouldn't be too tricky, he says. Catching on something I can't see. Got to wind the pistons back a bit. Right, so I'll get an old brake pad and a G-clamp and I'll show you. Now we're winning. Right, wind it back as far as it goes. And that's pushing both pistons in. Hopefully that's enough now. Sit over the brakes. Ta-da. Then we just got to put the bolt in. I should be able to get that bar onto that one. Let's see if I can get on this top one first. The actual calipers are only 44 foot-pounds. Right, it's getting dark now, guys. So let's torque these up, and then we'll call that quits. That's that one. Can't believe I can't get on there. Stupid's that? Oh, actually, I reckon I can get in there now. Clean this. Right, I'm done for the night. Put the wheel on tomorrow and do my checks. Job done. And run it up and down the drive now before I take it out on the road. Put it on pause. I'm going to do a test run. Right, let me go for a test drive. Fingers crossed. Just letting the car go by. Well, there's no squealing. And we're stopping. Take her on a slightly longer run first. See how we go. So far, touch wood,
no untoward noises, nothing's fallen off, and we're actually stopping, which obviously is the major thing. So I'll try her up a bit more speed, go a bit faster. Right, I'm doing 40 now, so squeeze them on. Okay. A hard stop when you've not secured everything in your van is not to be recommended. Everything's just fired off my front seat. But, fingers crossed, all seems to be working okay. Now, that's the front two I've done, which is supposed to be, hold on a minute, flood water, which is supposed to be the easier of the wheels to do on a rear wheel drive. Whoa, Jesus. On a rear wheel drive vehicle. Let's try them again, they're wet now. Yeah, I'm happy. Okay, they're working quite well now. Really happy. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so the front two. Oh, more flood water. Can you spin you around? Yeah, look. Let's go to a bit of flood water. Second gear, middle of the road. Easy. I know the road, so it's not too deep there. Anyway, yes, back to what I was saying. So the front two on a rear wheel drive are the easiest of the brakes to do, because on the rear wheel drive vehicle that I've got, you've got to take the half axles out. So I'm going to have a go at that, but whether I should or not, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, if I can get over what went on with those front ones, the rear ones, I'm hoping will be really easy. We can get a wiggle on that here, and I can give them a pretty good test. Right, so let's get up to 50, which is now. Nothing behind me, nothing in front, but brakes on. Brakes off, yeah, I'm happy. Good job. Right, that's the test drive done. I'll do part two because this is such a long video. The rear wheel, the rear brakes are going to be part two. This is all part one. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to subscribe and like, that'd be cool. Cheers for now. Big Foz signing out. See you next time.